Oh, the Tiki Torch mob is back at it again, I see.
Before white supremacists, neo-Nazis, and white nationalists marched in Charlottesville, Virginia in August, they were organizing behind a computer screen. And a lot of that organizing happened through a messaging service called Discord, which was originally created to connect video game players to one another. This is just the latest in the long-running shared history between the gaming community and the alt-right.
Son of a bitch.
Gaming culture has always been racist, it's always been sexist, but the internet has sort of allowed us to just sort of see what has always been there.
You got any facts to back up that statement? Really? Always? Explain how. Please, I'd love to know.
Emma Vossen is a PhD candidate studying how sexism seeded in gaming is replicated in the real world.
I'd ask what she's getting the PhD in, but I think I already know the damn answer.
Her study is based on Gamergate, a movement that began with intimidating and harassing female video game journalists under the guise of fairness in video game journalism. The harassment quickly gained traction. It helped catalyze the alt-right movement, which secured power and prominence during the 2016 election cycle.
You know, it's incredibly telling as to how little research NBC did for this video. If they'd spent more than 5 minutes on Google, they'd know that the crux of Gamergate was not harassing women, but pushing for honest, ethical reporting in games journalism. I may have sat on the sidelines back in 2014 and 2015 when all the gamers are dead articles were rolling out, but I could see the magnificent stupidity right there as it was happening. If you ask me, the mainstream media could use a Gamergate of its own. I mean, look at those fake tweets. I could do a better job making fake tweets in MS Paint, and I bet that's what this reporter used.
When you were studying Gamergate and you were really looking at the techniques that they use, it's impossible not to see the same techniques being used by Trump supporters.
Okay, so posting images of a cartoon frog is now a propaganda technique. NPC, you really need to hire someone who actually knows what a meme is.
According to Vossen, the gamers and the alt-right share common ground.
No, not really. No.
As people who are marginalized are fighting for equality, those who've traditionally had privilege, you know, especially white men, feel that they are being oppressed by these people who are trying to just be treated as equal.
Yes, gamers are feeling oppressed by people quote-unquote fighting for equality because those pushing for this so-called equality are getting in the way of an otherwise harmless hobby. We don't play games for a political agenda. We play games to escape reality, to decompress after a 9-to-5 job or a week of cramming for midterm exams. And when some bespectacled fucking vegan comes along to tell me I'm a bad person because the games I play don't have traps as playable characters, yeah, I'm going to be mildly annoyed. You don't see these moral busybodies policing the number of black film critics or Hispanic sculptors, now do you?
Why do you hate black people? African Americans.
They're dirty, they're stingy, and they're just gross.
Okay, some people are jackasses, but one person is not indicative of the whole. Did you tally up how many people actually use racial slurs online, or was it a one-and-done deal?
Xbox Live and PlayStation Network both allow players to chat live while gaming. They have become havens for hate speech against women and minorities.
Go back for a second and define hate speech for me, please.
What I had noticed and witnessed was what I call like linguistic profiling, like just based on how somebody sounds. You know, they kind of lash out in like very like inappropriate ways.
Who votes for mission? They allow girls to play Call of Duty in America?
Wow, they allow morons to play Call of Duty in America?
Call of Duty's target audience is men. If you look at the types of games men and women play, you'll notice there's a big difference in the games that men and women choose to play. If a woman picks up a game in which the target audience is men, surprise fucking surprise, she's going to be dealing with a man's definition of competition. It's like these lefties are completely unfamiliar with the concept of choice.
Not everyone in the gaming community is sexist or racist. We are having this sort of internal cultural problem with sexist and racist gamers.
Oh, stop. You only cherry-picked that clip because of the avatar. If you'd actually hired someone to play Friday the 13th, you'd know the whole point of the monster is to murder other players. Is it really that hard to see? I mean, really? Really? Is it that hard? Fuck.
So, what happens when these behaviors move from the gaming world to the real world? Keegan Hanks studies the progression of the alt-right on the web.
Discord, as a platform, kind of had a meteoric rise in the alt-right. I think many of the members of the alt-right were actually aware of it because they were also members of the video game community. Many of them are. Discord became almost a requirement for a lot of these people if you wanted to be actively involved in the movement.
For the love of God, no. No, 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 no. Discord is a chat client intended for gamers, but anyone can download it and use it for whatever they fucking want. Before Discord, the best thing around was Skype, and that's starting to die out. Does the same rule apply there? Is Skype alt-right just because people in the alt-right used it for communicating? What about Samsung and anyone in the alt-right who happened to buy their phones? Discord is not responsible for anyone who chooses to use their service, just as Skype and Samsung aren't responsible for whoever uses their product. To imply that a company is complicit with a political group because someone bought their product is ridiculously shallow-minded.
Discord is anonymous and lightly monitored, which allowed the alt-right to control communications and access for thousands of users.
What? You need a fucking account to use Discord, moron. I also seriously doubt other chat systems like Skype and TeamSpeak are heavily monitored.
Some Discord servers controlled by alt-right leaders made users post pictures of their Caucasian skin in order to participate. This allowed the alt-right to centralize its message and disseminate information around the Charlottesville rallies.
That doesn't fucking mean gamers send pictures to each other to prove that they're white. Do you honestly think there are games out there that you can only play if you're white? What the fuck kind of logic is that?
Discord service played a substantial role in fomenting the riots that led to the death of Heather Heyer. After facing pressure, Discord shut down the servers used to organize in Charlottesville. The company stated, "We will continue to take action against white supremacy, Nazi ideology, and all forms of hate."
I don't know if taking the alt-right off Discord counts as censorship, but if they were indeed using Discord to coordinate violence, then I'm glad Discord pulled the plug on their servers.
Perhaps not surprisingly, James Alex Fields Jr., the white supremacist charged for Heyer's death, was no stranger to video games. In 2010, his mother filed a complaint against him, claiming he struck her in the head and locked her in the bathroom because she told him to stop playing video games.
Okay, so he was violent. That doesn't mean all gamers are violent. Why? Why do you have to generalize like this? This is why nobody trusts the mainstream media. And what gives you the right, NBC, to slander people for their hobbies, huh? Why do you think gamers are so defensive of theirs? I bet you wouldn't like it if I were to claim that anyone who watches Game of Thrones is a member of the new Gestapo, or that all anime fans are communists. Anime really is trash, though, just saying. Oh, God, after going through that, I'm gonna need a drink. Oh, Sergeant Buck, over and out.